Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Welcome
to the 3-day work week, which is, because we're off again Friday. So soak us all in now. Come down here and get you a big old slice. I'm in the building with extra cheese.
I'm in the building. Extra cheese, bacon, avocado, all that good stuff. Morning. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, man?
People may say that, we were just talking about this. People are like, oh, okay. Mr. I'm excited over the 3-day work week. Y'all work about an hour-ish a day. Y'all just don't understand how much pressure there is on guys like me and Rudy, because we're unique to anybody else in San Antonio, Texas, where we live, because me and Rudy wake up with a burden every day, and that is having this much talent. There's pressure. There's a lot of pressure. I didn't ask for this. Jesus gave it to me.
No, for sure.
So
and you got to, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Right. And we can't do a 4-hour podcast. We do podcasts for a living, and all of the data and research says after about 90 minutes, they're out. And really, at the 60-minute mark, it's time to start looking for an exit ramp. Even if maybe you don't get out till 78 minutes or 80 minutes. True. Anything over 90 is too long.
Agreed.
Movies, stand-up comedy shows, television shows, anything over 90.
Being at a function.
Dude. Hanging out with your family.
Damn.
Good morning. How we doing? Back. Sorry we were out yesterday. Good to have everybody back in the room. It is in the building. It is Tuesday for those that watch this thing live, as we do this show every day, because we have the balls to do our show live. It is episode number 355 under our watch from the Texas Cheerlicker Studios at the Pub Sports Radio headquarters in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can donate to us via the Super Chat. Got money already coming in, making up for lost time from being off yesterday. You can also buy us a coffee if you want to. Buy me a cafe. You can go to the Buy Me a Coffee link that Jose will put on there. You can become a member of this program. We'll get back to doing members at some point when we go back to work on Mondays again. It's only $4.99 to become a member, but you can subscribe to the channel for absolutely gratis. It is totally free to subscribe to our channels. Love You Hard TV. Thank you to our partners at Pup Sports Radio and Anthem TV.
Right.
Okay, so did y'all wind up driving up to the Metro 6?
Yes, left Sunday morning at 7. Yeah, left Sunday morning about 7
a.m.,
Yeah, 7 a.m. Got there noonish because we stopped a few times. Then turned around, got up yesterday. Left about 10:30, 11. Was too cheap to take the toll and paid the price for it. Because I think I still owe the toll from the last time I took it. So I was like, I don't want to double up my payment. So I didn't take the toll, and sure enough, if you don't take the toll, Austin will remind you why they built the toll.
You should have taken the toll.
Should have taken the toll. Austin kicked my ass. And then it was pouring rain, raining cats and dogs. So it took me a while to get back home. I mean, me and my wife stopped a few times, but still, Austin, Round Rock, all the way damn near to Buda or whatever, kicked our ass.
I spent the day in Houston, and this, I don't know about the signs around Austin, but like the Easy Tag toll, like the beltway that goes around Houston, the 8, they have signs that scare folks. They basically, it says Easy Tag only. Prosecutors will be violated.
Yeah.
I don't have an Easy Tag. I drove that sumbitch. So what's going to happen to me? Am I going to get a $200 fine or something?
Probably.
Oh, balls.
They're going to get something. They're going to send you something. Every time you see that flashing light.
Can I go on a... Well, I don't...
They're taking your picture.
I get... So there's tolls all over the state, but the one in Houston has these ominous Easy Tag only.
Yeah, no, those are for the locals that don't, they pay a monthly fee.
Right. Oopsies.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I got a fine coming.
Maybe.
Am I going to get a citation?
I don't think it'll be a citation. They're going to send you a bill, though.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll do a payment plan. Dude, I had to get out of here. I spent the whole... Man, so you cannot fly to Hawaii direct out of Austin anymore. I don't know why, but Hawaiian Airlines dropped nonstop service to Bergstrom. And I don't want my kids to have to connect. Like I can't fly them out of San Antonio back to Hawaii because they'll have to go to L.A. or Phoenix or Denver.
Get off the plane.
And they're 13. I don't want them doing that.
No.
And so in order to fly them directly to Honolulu, I have to go to Houston now to do it. And so we drove to Houston Saturday or Sunday night, and they had a 9:30 flight yesterday morning out of Houston. And so I didn't want to get up at 4 a.m. and drive to Houston. So we went ahead and just spent the night in Houston, right down the street from the airport.
George W. or Hobby?
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah. And funny enough, the hotel that I booked, I had no idea. It was literally across the street from the Mile High Gentlemen's Club, right off of 69.
Nice.
Right? And I'm like, oh, my God. Thank God the Twins, if they noticed, they didn't say anything. And so whatever.
Like you went in, yeah.
But what a great name for a strip club right down the street from an
Mile
airport.
High?
Mile High Gentlemen's Club.
I don't know.
It's like 2 miles from the airport.
Oh, no, I guess. I mean, when I think of Mile High, I think of Denver.
No, I think of fucking on an airplane.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, the Mile High Club. Yeah.
So stayed there. It was fine. We got into Houston about 8:30. We tried to go to bed at a relatively decent time because we had to get up early because we had a 9:30 flight. So 6:27 a.m. I woke up on my own because I didn't sleep worth a damn because I was not home. I was not with Nina. She didn't go. I was in a freaking motel. I had the alarm set for 6:30. I had a shuttle set to take us to the airport. Woke up on my own at 6:27, and the first thing I look at my phone, alert from United Airlines.
Delayed.
Our flight got delayed 4.5 hours. And so what wound up supposed to be a 9:45 flight got moved to like 2:05 or something. I'm like, well, shit.
That sucks balls.
We could have, if I'd have known that was going to happen, I wouldn't have gone to Houston the night before. I would just driven to Houston that day. So kids were excited about that because they didn't want to go back. They wanted to stay here with me. And so we made the best of it. Checkout was 11. We went ahead and got on. We took the shuttle at 10:30. And we'll just jump on the shuttle at 10:30, get to the airport at 10:45, 2 o'clock flight. We'll make the best of it, have lunch. You know, I'm like, I knew in my head I'm going to have to spend $50 for hot dogs because everything at the fucking airport is over the top expensive. And so we get to the airport 10:30. Man, it took us an hour and a half to get through TSA checking. An hour and a half, man. First of all, because they're unaccompanied minors. And I get that. That's the way it goes. United Airlines are very strict when it comes to flying kids under the age of 18.
Yeah.
You thought I was taking a citizenship test to prove that I was their daddy and I was who I said I was. Even though I bought the tickets in advance, when you get up there, they have to take you through 21 questions. Then we get through security, and that took forever for whatever reason. It wasn't even that busy yesterday. It's probably half, all the little zigzag lines were only about half full. Took them forever. Then we get up there. Then they pull my daughter's suitcase. TSA does. I had to wait in line to see what the deal was. So one of my daughter's best little buddies lives in Austin. She came and spent the night with us this past week while they were here with me. And I didn't know that she bought my daughter a bottle of body spray, and it was too long to fit in the airport. In the airplane. I didn't know. It was way too long. So the TSA lady goes through and they find that long-ass bottle of body spray. Into the trash goes my daughter's gift. She's like all upset. I'm like, babe, you can't. I'm sorry. They should have known better than to buy you a bottle that tall. Then they start going through all my daughter's stuff and just pulling out stuff one by one. My daughter wound up having 6 different things confiscated. And she's crying. I'm like, because a couple of them were sentimental. She had some body lotion. My daughter has real bad dry scalp, so she has this real expensive shampoo for dry scalp. It's like medical that you have to order. And she starts freaking out like, babe, we'll just get you some more. We'll get you some more. I've flown 5 times with that shampoo. So
she has a point.
She has a point.
I mean, she got here with it.
5 straight flights, no one said a thing. But because they did see that tall body spray.
One thing was alert. Then they're like, all right, we're about to take all of it.
Got to looking through the bag and just took about $200 worth of my daughter's stuff. She was all upset.
I would have been too.
And then the weather came.
And we had weather on my way home too.
Those kids, they were a 9:45 a.m. flight. They wound up not leaving for Hawaii until 5:30.
Good Lord.
Which meant Dad got to get into the car in the middle of Houston rush hour traffic.
Oh, yeah.
In a driving fucking rainstorm and drive back to San Antonio. And Got home last night at 9:30. So we thought about doing the show yesterday, like maybe in the evening. Wouldn't have been able to do it anyway.
No.
So we're back. I'm back. Shout out to the fine lads at TSA for doing their amazing job that they do yesterday and making my daughter cry at the airport.
Yeah, assholes.
I'm gonna punch you. Who is it? Donnie Autobahn is signed with the Cavs. What do we got?
Miles Turner has agreed to a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks.
He's gone?
He's on the Bucks now.
That's not enough to keep Giannis.
Yeah, damn. Interesting. He's been on the move for a minute. Well, I'm glad he finally got his money. They've been jerking him around up there in Indiana. But speaking of daughters, dude, I was supposed to go to Vegas this weekend.
You were?
Yeah, I was supposed to. I wasn't able to.
Oh.
I'll tell you off air why I couldn't. But
oh boy, okay.
my oldest, now her fiance, had been planning for months for everybody to go up because he proposed.
Oh.
He proposed over the weekend, so I got a future son-in-law on the way. So shout out to my daughter, my oldest. She got engaged in Vegas this weekend. My mom went up and my sister went up. And some of her mama's side of the family went up. So future son-in-law on the way. Couldn't think of a better kid to give her away to.
You've been calling him that since I've known you.
Yeah, he's my future son-in-law for real now.
Now it's legit.
When
are they going to get married?
I don't know. They just got engaged, Sunday night?
Yeah. Did I tell you I bumped into them at Jersey Mike's?
Jersey Mike's, really?
Yeah, I bumped into your daughter and your now future son-in-law for real at Jersey Mike's not long ago. Yeah. I've only been around them a couple times.
We were together at the Taste of New Orleans.
Yeah, they seem so sweet.
No, they're awesome, man. They're lovebirds.
One thing I do know is that he don't run nothing.
No. No, my daughter's a little bossy.
No, it's great.
She's a little bossy.
But you know what? Looks like she's found a man that's all right.
Yeah,
with that.
she did.
He needs a la jefa in his life.
Yeah. And you know what? The thing about it is I love the kid, but even if I didn't, considering she's not on my payroll. She don't ask me for anything, not gas, not a dollar, she don't ask me for anything. Yeah. So even if I didn't like him, it don't matter.
You ain't got no
say.
I
got no say. She don't ask me.
Show up when you're told
to. You just she don't ask me for nothing. So she's 29. I have no say.
That's awesome, man.
But so shout out to my oldest and her baby daddy. Well, not baby daddy yet. Make me a grandpa. I need a grandson.
Jesus. They have a legit marriage. They don't have it. There's no baby daddy yet.
Yeah, no baby daddy.
This is a real marriage that God wants to have
grandson.
happen. They're doing this right. 29 years old, ain't married yet. Dude, when I was 29, I had multiple children. I love my babies. I hope they're not watching. I love y'all so much. Everything went great. But, man, I didn't do it right.
Of course he asked me he asked me for permission. He took me out to Kona Grill.
Oh, that's cool. So you knew this was coming.
He took me out to Kona Grill.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, and asked me.
What was the conversation like?
I already knew what it was. He was asking me.
Because Rudy's scary.
I already knew what the conversation was. I was like, he's not asking me to lunch to talk football.
That's not a common thing.
Yeah, he doesn't never ask me to go to lunch, so I knew what he was doing. Of course he did.
That's good to know.
Shout out to my guy Josh.
As someone that has to do that, hopefully soon. I'm not looking forward to that conversation. It scares me.
You better talk to her father first if you decide to get on bending.
I have to get to talk to two fathers.
Oh.
Step and real.
Well, yeah, you got to ask your own because you're probably still on his damn payroll.
I wish.
Got to ask him to fund a wedding. Yeah. Antonio Barron's in the building. Hey, Mike, answer your Facebook Messenger. I'm trying to send you a Gillies T-shirt. All right, Antonio,
nice.
Give me till the end of the day. Somebody bought me a Gillies T-shirt at the barbecue, but it was unbelievably too small.
You wore it in here one time, didn't you?
Yeah, it didn't fit too well.
Yeah.
My gut was hanging out. I gave it to Nina. Looks cute on her.
I bet you're a little nasty, motherfucker.
He is.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Well, I'm not in that. I don't like to wear
T-shirt
tight
and
clothing.
my panties on.
Gross. I like Nina like that.
Yeah.
And that Gillies T-shirt, sure. She's so tiny, so it fits her perfect.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Well, I'm glad we both had a good weekend. It was a long weekend. It was arduous. Can't help the weather.
I need to make enough money where I can fly to Dallas. I'm not driving to Dallas.
It sucks, man.
I want to fly. I'm going to just start flying to Dallas.
Well,
if I can't fly, I ain't going.
When I go up there, all of my family are in Fort Worth, so I don't have to go 35. I go 281.
You get to hit that little,
I go 281, dude. If I have to go to 35. I take that damn toll. Take my chances with the feds. All right. There's our days. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, by the way.
What is it, 1.2?
Something like that.
All the way till 2035. What is it? I thought I took a picture of it. I guess I didn't.
Do you guys know Max Scherzer is also getting paid by the Nationals today? $15 million today.
Yeah. How many?
1.193
Damn.
every July 1st through 2035. So shout out to Bobby Bonilla. Like, imagine that. Like, hey, man, I got $1 million coming July 1st for another 10 years.
I know. It's like he won the lottery and he took the annual payments.
The annual payments.
How many? We got a lot of Bobby Bonillas now. That's almost strategy now for big league baseball clubs.
I think the way Shohei's is set up, he may end up that way because he got 700 over 10, but it's like
it's deferred.
It's like 80% of it's deferred.
Aren't they paying him till he's like 60?
Yeah.
It's super deferred.
It's basically all deferred, yeah.
That's how they save money now.
That's how you do business in baseball. No cap. You do what you want.
Right.
As billionaires should be able
and
to.
Mark Walters like, oh, shit, I'll be dead in 20 years. I don't care. Let the next ownership group figure that out.
I got Laker business to tend to.
Literally what happened to
I
the
got to
Padres.
fix the Lakers. What happened to the Oh, yeah, the guy died, and he had all this money on the hook.
Yep, man, he didn't go. His last year, that was the year they signed like all those guys, and he knew who was dying. So he's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to try to win the World Series. And then they had a horrible year, and then he died.
And then dead. What was it? Spanos? That was his name?
I don't remember. No, that's the owner of the Rams, right? Or the former Rams, right?
Or is that the Chargers?
Oh yes, the Chargers. There we go.
We need to brush up on our SoCal sports.
Yeah, we do.
Ownership of all these teams.
All right, let's get violent.
Y'all want to punch people already?
Yeah,
you punch
already
first.
Getting all sentimental. My kids left. And yes, I did tear up at the airport yesterday. It wasn't as bad as last summer.
Last summer you were balling.
I had a breakdown at Austin.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. Like when I go there to see them and I drop them off and come back, it's fine. But when they're here and they leave me, there's something about that aspect that just tears my guts out.
Yeah, I get that.
Before we get violent.
Who is it?
The Bucks are waving Damian Lillard. They're stretching and
No.
waving him.
Oh,
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Now that's breaking news.
That's news.
Stretching and waving the remaining $113 million.
So how does that work? Don't think that's guaranteed money. So who pays that?
So I think so. The point of they're gonna make it like a longer deal and just give him like whatever.
Bobby
like,
Bonilla.
Yeah, like $5 million per. Whatever
They're waiving him. Well, he's coming off Achilles. He's not playing this year.
Yeah, so he's not gonna play this year, but he'll be back and be able to sign next year with anyone.
What? Now that's breaking news.
That is big. But how old is he?
30? 3, 4, 5. Oh no.
Is he gonna play?
Oh,
again?
34.
Yeah, but that's an old 34 now for him.
With it coming off an Achilles for sure.
Yeah, man.
Good night. Wave Damon Lillard.
That's why they signed Miles Turner. And no, it's not Miles Teller, the actor. It's Miles Turner.
Yeah.
People were saying, "Oh, he was great in Top Gun Maverick." Okay. All right. So let's
get violent.
Now let's get violent up in here.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
All right. You're
Do you
happy.
think Pat has big balls?
Who?
Pat?
Oh, colossal.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah, he probably has like extra size underwear.
Elephant nuts.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, yeah.
Elephant nuts.
He could probably just like walk around naked, but he'd need a wheelbarrow in front of him.
Wheelbarrow for sure.
The depth of his voice just make it seem like his balls are colossal.
No, they hit the ground when he was 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been wearing boxers for a long time.
Yeah.
No tidy whities.
No.
Who you punching?
I'm going to punch the Rich Paul camp as a whole.
Big Dick Paul.
That means LeBron, everybody. Just 2 weeks ago, him and Steve Nash stupid ass podcast is supposed to be about X and O's. Ends up being about dispelling all negative narratives about LeBron. Says ring culture is stupid. I don't get it. It doesn't mean you're the best. Blah blah blah. Woo woo woo. Only to have Rich Paul come out over this weekend and say, "Hey, we got to find somewhere that LeBron can be where he has a chance to win the title." Excuse me, your client just said 2 weeks ago rings don't matter. just said it 2 weeks ago because he's realized, like, damn, I'm not going to catch Mike. Let me put this out here that rings don't matter. Let me throw this out here. And then here comes Rich Paul this weekend. Well, we're going to opt in. We're going to take our 50. And I don't mind him taking his 50. He just sold for 10 billion. Like, that's only 28 million in Cali. You know, he signed for 53. In Cali, he's only walking away with 28. Not mad at him about that. But 2 weeks after your client says it's not about rings, you tell the whole world it's about rings. I hate them on that side of things. On that side of things. Not on the court. On the court, he's top 2, maybe not even 2, might be the best ever.
Yeah.
I'm okay with admitting that. Like, I know what I'm watching with my own 2 eyes. He may be the best ever, maybe. But outside the court, like, they irk the shit out of me. They irk the shit out of me trying to dispel narratives. You know what I mean? Like, Rich Paul went on a tour about a year and a half ago where he did like 6 shows just defending LeBron being the GOAT. And I get it. Like, you work for LeBron. LeBron has helped you build this huge empire of athletes you have. I get it. That's your job to take those bullets. But punch LeBron in the Rich Paul camp for just being so thin-skinned and silly. Like, you got 10 billion people that believe you're the GOAT. There's no reason to go on a world tour explaining why. There's enough people that have you in the conversation where it's no need. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I think because it's LeBron, people call bullsh on a lot of the things he says because he says so much. Like, if Manu comes out and says, "Oh, I'm so happy I've got the 4 I have, but rings don't matter." I mean, that means that Steve Nash sucks because he didn't win one. Manu says that.
I get that.
Yeah, but LeBron is very often two-faced.
Very
often.
Very thin-skinned.
Guy who played on an all-star team last year.
The Dolphins are trading to the Giants a 6th-round pick for a 7th, and Darren Waller, who's coming back out of retirement to play for the Dolphins.
Okay,
The spare tight end?
Moving, man.
Kelsey Plum's ex-husband.
All right, whatever.
He was a stud.
He
what
was a
happened? He
stud.
got hurt real bad.
He had some mental stuff.
Yeah, he was sober for a long time. I think he still is, but I think
He went through
going
some
that
stuff
grind.
mentally. He had some issues.
Darren Waller did?
Yeah, he went through. He went on the little men's mental health tour talking about stuff he went through.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And he was hooked up with who? Casey Plum?
Kelsey Plum. They were married for like 3 days.
Right. Who was the tight end? Also had mental issues. Who was hooked up with that Hope Solo, the former goalie of the U.S. women's team?
I know
They had a volatile ass.
Yeah.
He had to call 911 on her
she
like
was
3
kicking
times.
his ass. Yeah.
They're like, "Sorry, I need y'all to get here because she's just punching on me, and I don't want to hurt her."
Yeah.
He handled that very well.
He did.
She was nuts.
Jeremy Stevens.
Was it Kellen Winslow?
Jeremy Stevens, yeah.
Oh,
If
Jeremy
you
Stevens.
do a deep
okay.
dive, you can see pictures of her vagina on the internet. If you really want to.
I'm not saying I knew that, but
You did know that.
I'm good.
I only know that because I was told that by degenerates that email me all the time.
sure. Shout out to Kate Upton as well.
Who
And
you
Justin
punching?
Verlander.
I am punching the creator of the television show The Bear on FX.
Why? Uh-oh. Is this season bullshit?
Christopher Storer.
What happened?
So y'all
you
know
love that show.
I love The Bear very much. I'm very ass whipped by. I'd almost rather not see a show than have it go the way The Bear did. Beware shows like The Bear. What happened this season was there were 10 episodes. Should have been about 7. 4 of the 10 were brilliant. 4 were terrible and boring, and then 2 were just a waste of time. And worst of all, the finale blew.
What happens when the show gets that big and it starts making too much money, Mike, and it gets that popular? You get too many hands in the pot, then people start overthinking, and then it goes to shit instead of just keeping it simple.
I know, and I know everything can't be Breaking Bad or The Sopranos. I get that. But I was just so disappointed where The Bear wound up going at the end. There's nothing worse than having a show that you really like that goes from great to just good because the writers overstay their welcome because they're probably pressured.
They're getting pressured by everybody.
The
studio, the network, everybody got their hands up. Oh, no. We gotta get 10 episodes.
Okay, then do a better job writing shit.
That's more revenue. It almost sucks. It gets too big.
Yeah. So the show was basically, so there's 10 episodes. It's basically 5 A's and 5 F's. You throw those in the hat and you average it out and it wound up being a C.
That's not good.
No.
That show was great.
Went from an A+ to a C. That show needs to, and I think it's going to come back.
Really?
Because of the money it's making. And I don't know that I'm going to watch it. It's ironically, I like where it kind of ended and where it left off, but the route to get there was ridiculous. Beating the same storyline over and over.
Sometimes
and
when
over
the episode, like, yo, we had 3 episodes of the same storyline, it's like, come on.
Yeah, get
You're
over
killing
this
me.
shit.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, it was almost like they were out of ideas. It's like we have the characters start here, and then we have their arc and how they're handling their problems. Then they overcome a bunch of these problems, only for them to revisit it at the end. Come on, man. So punch Christopher Storer and his team of writers at the Bear. Anybody you need to punch, Bookie? We've been off for 3 days. You good over there?
No, I've had a lovely time.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're having a lovely time.
Yeah, a lot of breaking news today.
Yeah, absolutely. How are you going to ask your future father-in-law for her hand in marriage? Hey, I've been clapping your daughter's cheeks illegally, but I'd like to get right with God. You down with that, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're going to do it?
Probably accurate. One's a firefighter, one's an ex-cop, so it's going to be
great.
it's going to be a great conversation.
God, imagine being her daddy, and you have it. Because we all, as dads, we all have these. You can't help it. Dads always have these horrible images of their daughter doing,
Yeah.
Imagine it's him. Imagine him.
Jose, the day you do it, you call me, and we're going to put together your hair. We're going to put together a decent outfit. You call me the day before you do that. You're not showing up like that.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you
ask
notes.
for somebody's.
I'm going to give you bullet points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike's going to give you the written.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the physical.
Sure.
You're not showing up like that to ask for some man for his daughter's hand.
Yeah, I've got to do it twice. Like I said, it should be fun.
Yeah, you need
Mike's going to give you the notes, and we're going to take you to Ross, get you a collar shirt, get you some hairspray, and you're going to do this shit properly.
That's the best for less, Mike.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right. You let me know when you get ready to give us about 2 days notice so we can take care of you, mijo.
Sure.
We're going to be your pit crew and help you
Yeah.
out.
We could just make it an in-the-building proposal. We'll just make it a whole thing.
Let's just
film
make it a
it.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's just film
Content,
the whole thing. Hey,
baby.
content.
Come on.
Content is king, baby. All right. I'm working on changing my divorce decree. I'm trying to make it easier for my kids to come see me in Texas because it's not in my decree that she has to let them come see me. And so because of that, while she does let them come, she makes it difficult. She threatens not to, or threatens to leave early, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Plans change, what she needs to do change. It's a pain in the ass having to deal with schedule changes. So what I'm trying to do in my divorce decree is make it where every summer from this date to that date, no matter what is going on in the world, they have to be with me, hell or high water, regardless of my schedule or hers. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. Orlando Kell is a guy who can do that too. It's not just divorces. A lot of times, you get divorced and your kids get older, maybe you change careers or she does, or somebody wants to move, or a kid's not happy here. And so you have to go in there and you have to tweak your divorce decree. You would think, Rudy, that adults with a common bond that is their children could just amicably come to an agreement without going to court. But you'd be shocked by how often that is not the case. And that's where a guy like Orlando Kell comes in. If you need to tweak a decree after the fact, he can do that too. Our guy is Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly at orlandokell@gmail.com. It is orlandokell@gmail.com. All right, Rudy sent something on his run sheet request today that intrigues me every time I get into this topic because while I don't think I fear death like I used to, I don't think any of us in this room are ready to die.
No.
Which is why we it's funny, you can tell the stuff I read about. Like my algorithm sends me a lot of old man trying to prolong his life stuff in my notifications. Mm-hmm. Rudy wanted to talk about the longevity, the lifespan of the average Japanese citizen.
Yeah, so it came across my timeline. I don't know why. My algorithm is weird. It's either food, bodybuilding, heart problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Shit better.
Right.
Kidney flush.
Yep, same. Same. bunions,
Yeah.
sore shoulder,
And so
chronic
this became,
shoulder pain.
and I thought it was amazing. And then I looked, when I went into the deep dive, the post was about Japan, but I also saw Jamaica and Africa as well have a bunch of this going on. But it came across my timeline that over 95,000 people in Japan are 100 years or older.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Say that again.
95,000 people in Japan are 100 years or older. They some walking son of a bitches, ain't they? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. And their diet. And they're just smaller people,
I'm like,
stature-wise.
How'd I get to 95?
Well, a lot of it's genetics.
How do I get to 100? First of all, I don't want to be 100 if the quality of life isn't there, but
right, that's the key.
The key to it is like the quality of life.
Yeah, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to have my butt. The day I have to have someone wipe my butt, I'm going to blow my head off.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I'm not going to do that to my kids or anybody. You ever heard of the blue zones?
Yes.
So there's like 8 or 9 blue zones.
I have heard of this
in the world, something like that. You ever get a chance to go watch Zac Efron, of all people, the kid from High School Musical?
He looks a mess.
He's so fake. It's so strange. So his entire body is fake. But anyway, years ago, before he got all that work done, he was the host of a show with a buddy of his who's a health guru out in L.A., and they went traveling around the world. They went to these 8 or 9, how many ever blue zones there are.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically a show about longevity and what is the secret to these people that live in these parts of the world. The blue zones are where the people live the longest on Earth. And it's not just new. It's going back decades. Like there's a little island off Italy. I think it's called Sardinia.
Okay.
Like the average person there is 80. The average lifespan is like 86.
No shit.
Here, what is the little island off of Japan? It was where they filmed the Karate Kid 2. What the hell's the island? The hell's not the hell's that island?
You got me.
Anyway, there's an island off the coast of Japan where people live to be like 1 in 5 persons lives to be Okinawa. Thank you. God, I'm an idiot. Okinawa. 1 in 5 persons in Okinawa, which is an island off Japan, live they live up to be over 100. 1 in 5. I think there's one.
Where's more blue
in the Mediterranean?
Mediterranean.
There's a little neighborhood outside of San Diego, California, that is a blue zone. I can't think of the others.
Dude, I remember me, you, and my wife. Well, Jose was with us too, but me, you, and my wife were walking back to the car, and we were all shocked when we went up for the PBR. How many people in Austin were just running, walking, biking, salading, fasting. We're like, everybody's in workout clothes, moving and grooving. Yep. We're like, what the hell's going on?
It's the most fit city in the country.
Oh,
Austin.
In the country, not Texas.
In the country. It's always it's always 1, 2, or 3 every year.
Oh, okay, because we were like, what the hell? Why is everybody running?
Yeah.
Where y'all running to? So where are the blue zones at? What you got there?
Okay, there's not 8 or 9. How many are there?
This looks like 5.
5.
Okay.
Japan, Okinawa, Greece, Sardinia,
yeah.
Nicoya, Costa Rica,
and
of course Loma Linda, California. Everyone's heard about it.
Loma Linda. I've been to that part of California. It's beautiful. I've been to Costa Rica. Honestly, I probably never would, but I could easily live in Costa Rica.
Even with all the wild animals, it's a lot of like free animals.
It's not a problem.
No?
Monkeys and shit. It's not a problem.
I don't know if I want a monkey taking my sandwich.
Well, but you're going to live to be 100 while you do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're going to be healthy and you're going to feel good.
Yeah.
That Costa Rica is pound for pound, and I've not been to every country in the world. I've done some traveling. Costa Rica is my favorite place outside of the U.S. Of the places I've been.
The places you've been, gotcha.
I mean, I've read about places that I would probably like just as much. Their whole scene is pura vida, pure life. Their government runs their nation on making sure that their citizens live as long as possible and happily as possible. Now, granted, it's a small country. They're only in charge of about 10 million people or something like this. There's more people in San Antonio, Austin than Costa Rica. But it's an attitude. It's a way of life. Sardinia, same thing, and diet. These people do not eat the shit that we eat in this country.
No shit.
Okinawans, they eat fish. They use olive oil. Same thing in the Italian areas in Greece. They use olive oil, and they drink wine, not whiskey and beer.
Can't give that up.
And they do not sit around the way we do. Actually, there's like part of the old school culture in Japan is they don't even have couches. They sit on mats.
Oh, God.
And it forces them to have to get up when they go do something. And if you're going to sit down, it better be for a worthy cause because you don't even have a couch to sit on.
Right.
It's just the way they do it. So I read not long ago, there's a way to test your health at like the average fit. And I always put this to like a 50-year-old man.
Okay.
I'm pretty healthy for a 50-year-old guy. I'm still got things I'm working on. Can you boys, while standing, lower your body to sit Indian style, and then without hands, stand back up? Without using your hands, can you do that? Imagine that. Can you
think so.
Yeah. Can you think? You can't use hands.
I don't think I can
Sit
do it.
all the way down on your ass on the floor, and then stand all the way back up without using
No.
your hands. If you can do that, that's a sign that you're on pace to live longer than the
can't.
average person.
I'm gonna start working on it though.
Okay, the one before that is rather than you don't have to go all the way to crisscross applesauce, but if you can lower yourself without you don't have, like just on your knees, and then still stand back up without using your hands, that's a pretty good sign. You're doing pretty good too.
I can do that.
All right,
Can
so
we-
you
can
can
we
lower
do-
yourself to your knees and then stand back up.
Yeah.
All right,
Can
What
we
is
do a
this?
monthly check-in?
we should. There's another test where can you cross your feet like that? Can you see my feet on camera?
Yeah.
Cross your feet and then lower yourself as low as you can to the ground where your butt's almost touching, and then push up with your feet still crossed and stand back up. That's another test that you're in good health.
Oh no.
The average American can't do any of those. None of them. The
Damn,
average
I can
person
do the
in
knee
Italy
one.
can
I
do
think- I
two
think-
of them.
Yeah, I think I can only do the knee one.
I can't do the sit down applesauce. I can
No,
do
I
the
can't do
legs
that.
crossed. Yeah, man.
95,000
Yeah.
people over 100. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
It's also genetics too, man. It's genetics.
Tiny folks.
You know what else? And Nina really saw. Nina spent 3 weeks in Japan a couple summers ago. The thing that she said that was so obvious about Japan, and it just struck her, is how revered old people are. They take care of their old people there.
Not here.
We don't give a
We
shit
put them in
about our
nursing
old
homes,
people.
and then the nurses kick their
Yeah,
asses.
and they rot. When COVID hit, who was the first to get decimated? Old folks' homes. Japan reveres its old people. Hawaii does too, by the way. And by the way, Hawaii is probably the second fittest. Honolulu's
Easy.
the second fittest town in
Easy.
America.
That doesn't shock me.
So everything they do there is catered around helping older people make their life easier. Kapuna is what you call an old person in Hawaiian.
I like it.
All the stores open early for them. They get their own shopping times.
What?
You will get city buses. They get preferential treatment. If a kapuna comes onto the bus, you are obligated to get up and let them sit.
Somebody got to let them
period.
sit.
Or they'll kick your ass off the bus and give you a ticket.
See, my mom, I don't need kapuna. I had a great mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sitting down. There's a bunch of women standing up. You get up. You see an old person standing up. You get up.
You're
like
raised
that was just
properly.
raised right.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't need to go to Japan for that one. Shout out to Ruth Ann for that one.
Shout
That's
out
just
to
common
Ruth Ann.
sense, though. But you'd be shocked.
You'd be shocked. Well, I'm really not anymore. Inspire 90. Oh, the average American doesn't know which there to use in a sentence. And
I'm
damn
big
sure,
on that.
damn sure not going to be able to crouch down and stand up. With
I know. I'm big on that. I'm big on theirs, and they are.
And they don't drink the way we drink in other places.
Yeah, we like to drink.
We do. And I do too. Although I've cut way down in the last few years. I'm never going to give up drinking all the way though, which is why I try to make up for it by being super healthy in other facets. Yeah, I knew that Japan had a lot of old people, but that's a shit ton.
That's a lot, dog.
Yeah, we are facing a massive issue in the coming years because these damn baby boomers are all old now. And medical treatment has gotten so better at keeping people alive, not curing anything. We're gonna have so many old people in this country and nothing to do with them because we don't invest in them. We don't invest in infrastructure to take care of them. It sucks. It makes me scared to be old in this country. I mean, I wouldn't rule out moving out of the country at 70 just because I need to go somewhere where I can get along.
Where people gonna like me.
I can live.
Not kick my ass.
Exactly. I'm not, and I don't want to be a burden either on my people. So,
Right.
anyhow, thank you. I'm gonna look that up.
Well,
95,000.
Over 100.
Yeah, man. I can't think of the name of the show. It's Zac Efron on Netflix. I think you'd like it because
I'm into that weirdo stuff.
You and Anna love health stuff too, and it's really, really interesting and cool. All right, speaking of getting poisoned, Slackers, the official sports bar. Hey, it ain't their problem if you go on there. They're just simply providing a service.
Yeah,
that's on your dumb ass if you drink too much. Rudy has had to be carried out of a Slackers before.
Yeah, hopefully that's not. I guarantee you this. Next Friday at my birthday party, I will walk out on my own into the Uber and be fine to get up and go for a walk the next day. Might have a good time.
Yeah.
Come out and hang with me, Slackers, Nacogdoches. Next Friday, 7 o'clock. Come hang.
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting. I promise you.
Didn't you have an out of body experience?
I've had a couple of out of body.
You see yourself hovering. Your spirit was leaving. It could see your body.
That's not happening this year. That shit. I'm too old for that. So yeah, the next Friday, Slackers, Nacogdoches.
Yeah.
The fourth edition of Slackadoches Rudy J's birthday party. Frank was texting me last night, themes and things like that. We're putting together something cool, so I'll keep y'all posted. But it's on.
That's
next
cool.
Friday.
Looked like the Naco place, the Naco location. Just looking at their Facebook, they had a good time. Yeah. Saturday was the Jake Paul Chavez fight.
And Jake Paul's mad. I'm gonna sue anybody that says my fights are fixed. I'm tired of it.
That was a rousing
Shut your bitch ass up. Shit's rigged, bitch. Now come sue me for my $17.
Fights, games, Rudy's birthday, all can be had at a local Slackers near you. 5 in town, and we'll be at the one on Nacogdoches on July 11th, next Friday around 7 o'clock to celebrate Rudy's 39th birthday.
Yeah, let's roll with that. Let's roll with 39. You know how I like getting old. I'll be 48, man.
No, I like it too. I don't hate being 50. No, if you look at the things I search, it is sore shoulder, feet,
dose,
how to make sure your penis stays hard when you want it to.
Anna sent me like 17 Greek yogurt recipes.
That's hilarious.
Like, oh my God.
But I do like being my age. I do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I've never been more comfortable in my own skin and who I am as a man. You know, just kind of happy. You know,
same.
You know one of the things I did? We sound like two old dudes.
Is that rain?
I went probably
truck.
So that scattered around
truck.
here. I last year started deleting sad songs from my Spotify playlists. Seriously,
you don't want your depressed songs anymore.
Even like ones I love, like great songs from back in the day, and not even ones that necessarily like I related to. Like I didn't go through that, but I'm 50 years old. I'll be 51 in November. The world's hard enough. There's enough shit in this world that's gonna, like, TSA and bad weather delays. Why? I'm done with negativity.
Yeah.
And it's you cannot keep one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And a lot of people have a hard time putting both feet into the future. And that's the key to living longer, by the way, mentally, is to stay in the present and tomorrow and fuck the past. That'll put you in the grave.
Agree with that.
Yeah, man. All right, Rube. Yogurt's not gross if you know what to put in it. What kind do you eat?
I don't like it.
Well, you got to trick it up.
You got to put blueberries and nuts and shit, right?
I put a teaspoon of honey.
Honey.
Yeah. Because I don't eat the sugary kind. I get the regular plain
my
Greek.
Wife eats the zero.
Yeah, the Chobani plain Greek.
And then she puts her shit in it. Mm-hmm. She loves it.
Some almonds, maybe a teaspoonful of honey. If I don't have honey, I'll put a little Splenda in it. Something's got, because it's good for you. It's good for your gut, but man, it's not good to eat. It tastes terrible. It's awful. Raul's eating his Greek yogurt right now. God, this is as old as we've been in a while.
Yeah, we old. Jose, I can't relate. I had a McGriddle.
No shit.
I had a McGriddle and 3 tacos.
I had McDonald's at 11 o'clock.
I did.
Oh my God, dude,
did
stop
splurge.
doing that.
I did. I had a bad weekend though. Like I still treat myself like
you were traveling. It's hard.
Yeah, I was traveling. So we went to. I think I might have had one of the best donuts I've ever had in my life this weekend.
Oh yeah,
from Round Rock Donuts. The place that
Okay.
went viral. Like, I don't know if it was on one of the food channels.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
What, did it have like cereal and
I
bacon on it?
don't know, dog. No, it was glazed.
Okay.
I got to know if it's a real legit or not.
Mm.
You just go glazed. If you put strawberries and shit on it, you don't know if the donut's really good. That goddamn Round Rock Donuts, bro. That shit was crack. And by crack, I mean sugar. Sugar is actually more addictive than heroin and crack, by the way. More people are addicted to sugar than they are heroin and crack.
For sure.
So, but no, Round Rock Donuts, gosh, damn, I'm thinking about it now. Those motherfuckers were good.
If we jump in the car now, we can be up there in 45 minutes.
You'd have one and you'd be like, yeah, that's way too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gene, plain Greek yogurt, strawberry, blueberry, cinnamon with some nuts. Damn.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That's how I do mine. Fruit, cinnamon's good. We'll make it sprinkle, and it's sprinkled cinnamon. Like raw cinnamon. Sprinkle.
Cinnamon's great for you.
Yeah, it's very good for you. All right. What else today? Let's talk football. We ain't talked any football today.
Want to talk football?
We've been damn near viral over Texas State talk last week. That was fun. Yeah. So I think I mentioned this a couple of months ago, but it's almost here. I don't want to, but I'm probably going to have to, just for show purposes.
What?
The Jerry documentary comes out next month.
Oh, I'm watching that.
I think it drops on August the 19th.
I'm watching that.
There's 6 episodes. I
already saw a clip with Jimmy Johnson.
It's the story of Jerry's rise to being the Cowboys owner.
Yeah.
They probably don't talk about the 30 plus years now without even a sniff of a conference title game.
No, they ain't talking about that.
It's going to be a big here's how awesome Jerry is. It should say, here's how awesome Jerry was. Because all in, that used to mean something to Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
When Jerry said all in '89 when he bought the team, that meant something. So I'll watch it for show purposes.
I'm watching it.
It'll be a trip down memory lane. I'm going to try to ignore how I'm sure it'll just stroke his ego. And I'm going to try to ignore how futile being a Cowboy fan has become under his regime. Because when he first bought the Cowboys in '89, he didn't give a shit. And he was like Al Davis.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to win. We're going to win, and we're going to win big time. Fires Tom Landry's ass like nothing, which was ruthless, and he did it terribly. But that showed you how ruthless he was, and he was here to win, and they did in a very fast time. So I'll watch it because all in used to mean something.
Yeah.
Speaking of all in, my Pittsburgh Steelers.
You mean the Aaron Rodgers Steelers?
I really don't want to call them that.
That's what they are. It's his team.
While they shocked me with how they went totally against how they operate in tolerating the Aaron Rodgers bullshit, why he's their quarterback, I have no idea. Why they allowed him to take the entire offseason off before saying yes, I have no idea. But at least all in means something in Pittsburgh. They are going for the championship this year. Probably very naive because I don't think Rodgers has what it takes anymore. They trade an all-pro safety for an all-pro corner this week and add depth to their tight end room.
I think Jalen's washed, though.
I don't know. Well, we're going to find out. They trade Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's probably the best damn safety in the league, if he ain't one or two, to the Dolphins for Jalen Ramsey, who did just turn 30, and Jonnu Smith, who's a solid tight end. The Steelers actually are also kicking the tires on apparently trading T.J. Watt.
He's always hurt.
I know. And they're trying to get something for him because they probably realize the only way we're ever going to get that quarterback is to suck again.
Yeah.
So let's just give it one heave ho with Aaron Rodgers, go all in, make trades, try to L.A. Rams our way to a championship, even though I don't think Rodgers is where Matthew Stafford was either.
No.
And then knowing that at some point we're going to have to start completely over and we're going to suck for about 5 years and we're going to be horrible. But it's the only way they're ever going to be able to get their franchise quarterback. And so they're going to go for broke this year. But at least they know what all in means. They don't mean that they're doing the right moves, but they're trying. All in to them means let's do whatever we think we possibly can to win right now. Whereas Jerry's all in don't mean shit.
No.
Just saying.
Agree with you.
Just saying. All right, show brought to you in part by Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate man have been in the building. We talked about this last week.
What
State of
up, Jay?
Texas is lowering school taxes across the board, which is cool, which is very cool. And mortgage rates. Got an update on mortgage rates now, too, in the great state of Texas. Stability. It's the name of the game. 30-year fixed rates are holding steady in this state. 6.77%, fluctuating only slightly since mid-April. This is a good time to buy. School taxes have gone down. Interest rates are staying the same. This is the time. If you're thinking about jumping into the housing market, the time is nigh. The great state of Texas is number one in the country for transplants because the real estate here is cheap, especially in Bexar County, where we continue to be the cheapest median county of all the big populated counties in Texas. And Jay Ribaldo is the man here. Call him if you need a quarterback. He ain't no Aaron Rodgers. This is the right quarterback at the right time.
Patty Mahomes right there.
This is Patty Mahomes here in Bexar County when it comes to real estate, people. Jay's our guy. 210-887-1081. Email him at jribaldo@kw.com. Go check out all of his listings at ribaldo.com. It is ribaldo.com. All right, I've been having fun with his breaking news, but free agency has started in the NBA. Knee-jerk reactions to what we've seen so far?
But I like what Houston's doing.
Brought back Clint Capella.
Brought back Clint Capella. Brought back Steven Adams. Brought back Van Fleet. Brought in KD. Gave Jabari Smith a lot of money. Gave Ime an extension. I like what Houston's doing, man. They were the 2 seed this past year, so watch out for those Rockets right up I-10. Knee jerk in our own town. I'm not doing this with y'all. Not you, too. I'm not doing this with San Antonio. I'm not doing this go honking down Commerce for every sign and bullshit. Like,
I'm not honking.
I mean, Jose, you're the Celtics fan. The Spurs needed a big man, okay? I get it. He filled a need. But my algorithm was a full-on celebration for this spare tire.
Oh.
A full-on celebration. I'm like, man, if y'all don't get out, that is not fucking David Robinson. God damn,
not even
dog.
Zach Collins.
Like, can we just be like, oh, can we just golf clap it? Do I have to show my tits because we signed Kornet? Like, that's how I know we're in dark times. When my whole timeline is celebrating Kornet. Luke Kornet.
He's got stats, Rudy. We got data.
And that stupid ass run. Like,
Right.
that shit works in Boston. Let me do this stupid ass run.
Okay, in case you didn't know, the
I don't give a
Spurs
shit about-
signed
Yeah.
Argyle's own Luke Kornet, Dallas area kid.
I like it. I'm just
Brando
not showing my
Spare
tits.
on the Celtics. The Spurs have brought him in to back up Wemby and maybe even be able to play on the floor with Wemby at the same time in certain situations. What is this bullshit?
What is he? What's up, Jose? Tell me about this kid. You had him. You had him in Boston. He's white, so y'all loved him.
Yeah,
But-
you guys are too.
Why?
Because first of all, he's great vibes, great locker room guy. That's the most important thing. But he can play defense.
He
Can play defense. He's not
can
some
play D.
big lumbering white that can't play
He plays
defense. You can see on screen he's a top 10 in opponent's field goal against. So these fuckers aren't scoring when he's within 6 feet of them. He's a big man. You're going to see him run out on 3-pointers. He's going to jump from like 10 feet away and jump up. Effort. He's going to play great with Wemby, and this is your starting center with Wemby here.
And he's like 7'2".
And he can shoot a little bit.
Fine. He's a fine off the bench, backup, big man who does play good D, but he does not make my wiener move nearly as much as some. That's fine. He's a need. Whatever.
I'm not saying. Look, I like it. You go and get the people that you need. This was a need, but I'm telling you, bro, it was a full on. I had guys texting me. I'm not mad at this at all, man. I like this. Bro, he played 16 minutes a game. You have no idea. If you're not a Celtics fan, you have no idea what we just signed. It's just the Spurs did it, so everybody's running down Commerce barefooted and with their tits out. Like, miss me with that bullshit. Like, I like it, but I'm not going to celebrate with y'all. I'm going to let it play out. And if he does good things, then I'll be like, hey, good job. But handing him a spot in the rafters is crazy. I don't want to hear Rudy J's hating ass when we putting up wins. Hermes, I'm not hating. I'm just not celebrating giving a guy that made $2.5 million, $10 million. First of all, we gave him a $7.5 million raise, first of all. Second of all, when he does something, that's when I'll celebrate. When he does something. Then why am I celebrating today? For what? What has he done? What has he done for me to celebrate? Man, no. Tim Duncan didn't talk to Tony Parker for a year. That's out of Tony's mouth. You know why? Because, and when they signed Manu, he rolled his eyes at Pop. Oh, another international. And Pop said, no, this guy's different. And Tim rolled his eyes. Because I'm from the era where you got to prove yourself. You don't just get to be 7-2 and show up in my city and I throw a parade for your ass. Get the f- out of here. Do something. And then I'll clap it up. If there's the wins come, I'll clap it up, Hermes. And you're named after a woman's purse.
That's things you to know.
Well, how do them?
Luke Kornet, starting center. He's going to be good on the Spurs. Mark it down.
He's not the starting center.
He's the start. Wait, so who you putting on the bench?
It's going to be, I think, assume that our number 2 pick is going to start the year on the bench.
So you got Sohan going to the bench.
Yeah, I think he'll
No
also
way.
ride the bench.
Kornet
too.
won't start.
I think
You're
he'll-
going to start Twin Towers in today's.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know why he didn't play against Indiana, right?
Oh, we're not playing Indiana every
No,
week.
what I'm saying is, Jose, I'm just going to put his big goofy ass in the pick and roll.
Well, we got fucking big ass Wemby. We got 2 Twin Towers that can just.
Man, you act
Spread
like
out
it's
across the
72,
room.
man.
It's about to be. Centers are back. They're the most valuable position in basketball now.
Who told you that?
Look at all of them getting. Luke Kornet got a $10 million raise or whatever because he's a big man that can block
Harkinson
out.
couldn't get on the floor in the finals.
He got a lot of money.
Everybody gets a lot of money in the NBA.
Yeah, but all these guys are now centers. They're back.
When he proves himself, I'll celebrate. I don't have to celebrate with y'all right now. Y'all have fun.
My dick was semi-hard when this happened.
You can't have him on the floor at the end of a playoff game.
I would agree with that.
He's
He-
just
he
a guy
won't-
he helps you get you through the regular season.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not shitting on it. And I don't think Rudy is either. I'm not speaking for Rudy. I think he's just like tap the brakes on. Whoa, here we go.
I hope he's great.
Over the top.
I want if our show's better if the Spurs are better. When they losing 40 games, 50 games a year, it's hard to come here and talk about them. If they bust through this plateau, my show is funner. So I'm praying they are good. I'm named after a Greek god. You're right about that, Hermes. Great take. All feedback's good feedback. I like y'all punching me. I like y'all kicking my ass a bit. It makes me wake up.
He's
Good
a
take.
champion. Okay.
He's facts.
He's a
he a champion?
champion. Yeah,
NBA champion, yeah.
He rode Pine on the 24 team.
Played a lot of good defense.
Yeah.
Kristaps
Hey,
Porzingis-
stop hyping the city up with your bullshit.
What are we talking about? Is Kristaps Porzingis' backup? Porzingis never played. He got a lot of run. He's
They
great.
wanted Porzingis too, by everything I've heard.
Where is he,
really
in
did.
Atlanta?
Yeah, for some weird reason. They wanted Porzingis.
He's going to be able to grab the rebounds that Wemby can't.
This guy's fine. He's fine. He'll help.
Yeah, and he's not going to close games, like Mike said. The closing lineup is going to be Shohan and the 3 guards and Wemby.
Because he don't ever take any threes ever.
Not really, but he can shoot them.
Well, why doesn't he ever take them?
Well, that's a great question. He's got them in his bag.
Okay.
Oh, it's in his bag. Okay.
Oh, is it in his bag?
He's a
Okay.
dense bag, a deep
When's
bag.
the last time he took a 3 in a game?
That's a good
5
question.
years ago.
I'll tell you right now.
He's a journeyman backup white boy who plays hard. That's it. Yay! And he's tall.
We needed it.
And
Yes.
and I don't and look. And I'm not
We
shitting
needed
on
a
your
big.
stats. I appreciate you going to the
Yeah,
numbers.
me too.
So what? He's 10th rated big, and that don't mean he of all those guys. The thing that they have in common is they played a lot of minutes. Kornet
Right.
didn't play a lot of minutes. It's easy to let Kornet play 30 minutes a night for 82, and I'll bet you his rating goes down a skosh.
Come on.
Because you don't want to overexpose him because he's just a rando off the
Thank-
backup. He's a bench guy.
Wow, Mike using this is a thing. There's this thing Jose called common sense that us old folks have.
I have the delusion of youth.
I feel the desperation in my city. The desperation, like everything is like good. Everything is great.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. We just got this guy. It was just a steal. What's a steal?
Celtics really wanted him back. I'll say that.
They did? Not at $10 million.
Well, they can't. Physically couldn't.
Are the Celtics going to have enough guys this season?
I think they're going to have.
It's a concern. The Celtics don't have bigs.
Celtics, what are they trying to get in that? One apron one?
They're trying to get under all of them.
Okay.
Because, again, they don't have a chance next year. They need to reset all these penalties. But, yeah, Al Horford's not coming back probably unless he takes a sweetheart deal. And apparently he's the most popular player in the league now because centers matter again.
How old is Al Horford?
40.
He must have been like 14 when they brought him up from Puerto Rico or wherever he's from.
It was he won back-to-back titles at Florida with
1989?
Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah.
Yeah.
Was Bonner on those teams? Was Florida teams?
I don't think so.
With him, or
They
was he
went
before
back-to-back
Bonner?
with Billy Donovan.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he's 39, and he'll probably be a Golden State Warrior.
Okay.
That will hurt my
Awesome.
feelings.
Good times. There's a lot of spares that get a lot of money. All this reminds me of is that the NBA is at some point.
No, 5 years.
This has to turn.
Well, look at what the Celtics are doing. Look at what Milwaukee did today. The Oklahoma City Thunder have to win the title. They got to win 3 titles in the next. They got to three-peat because according to Shams, SGA just got 71 a year.
Damn, Supermax.
So with Jalen Williams' money coming up here soon, Chet Holmgren's money coming up soon, they gotta. You have to. That's the thing because it's not SGA's job to not set himself up for forever. But what happens is now you got to win 2 titles in the next 3 years because you can't. Ask Boston, it's not sustainable. Mm-hmm. Jalen Williams, we could honestly say he was probably the second best player in the finals. You know, maybe Hallie, but Hallie had a couple off nights. So 71. The
That's over
Celtics
the
are in a
top.
fire sale. They just won the title in 24.
Yeah.
So you say 5, Mike. I'm saying in 3 years. And maybe it'll work, Mike. Maybe the Jalen Williams of the world will go to lesser teams and all those teams that are shitty will get better. I don't know. But at some point, those paths cross.
Bernard says Clint Capella is better than the guy we signed, and Houston just got him for $3 million less a year.
I couldn't disagree more with Bernard there.
How old is Clint Capella?
There was a time
He's old,
Capella
too.
was like a pogo stick, and he was a problem. But
There definitely was a time.
there was a
Probably
time, I
just
don't know
didn't
if he's
want to come
past
here
that
either.
time.
He wanted to go back to the
But
Rockies.
gosh damn,
He likes
they just
Houston.
gave somebody $71 million.
Yeah. Where's the motivation?
That's not sustainable for
No.
OKC, especially in OKC.
Correct.
You can buy all of OKC with that.
LA couldn't pay their bills.
Right. They had to sell. Boston sold.
We're such a bad time in the NBA money-wise, Mike. They said the $41 million over the next. No, yeah, he's getting $40 million. He got 2 years, $80 million. Harden. They said that was a team-friendly deal. $41 million is now team-friendly.
Right.
They got
That's
NBA got
insane.
problems, my
It's
friend.
insane. And the reason it's insane is because there's a salary cap that has different tax aprons. And they did this so teams can keep their own guys. But what we're seeing now is a lot of these
What
franchises,
about number
they
2? What
can't
about
even
number
afford
3?
it.
Right. What about
Yeah.
Denver's president said, look, I might get into a situation where I have to do the unthinkable and trade number 15.
Sure. Everybody.
What the hell?
You know, Nico Harrison can say he can throw Luka under the bus all he wants for being fat.
Which
but
Luka looks great. Have you seen him?
Not yet.
He's pissed.
Good.
Go
Well,
ahead.
the ownership in Dallas is who told Nico, and I'm all the way back on your theory now. What are we going to pay this fucking guy? $350? No.
Teams are running from that.
Tell
Supermax.
everybody he's fat and trade him. I think this
Yes,
was
that's-
about money.
This was about money, man.
And the
Teams are
Adelson
running
family,
from this shit, bro.
Rudy, they're worth $5 billion, and they can't pay. This is dumb.
It's a bad
It's
situation.
dumb money.
Again,
Lift the salary cap or get rid of the supermaxes. Again, I keep poor Devin Vassell. I just keep going back to him making $30 million a
Yeah.
year. He's a fucking rando.
yeah.
You cannot have that. It's not sustainable.
Correct.
They have competing rules going against each other that they're going to have to
Bruh,
do
that's
something
because
about.
again, you're trying to make it to where, okay, yeah, you want to be able to keep Shea Gilgeous. Oklahoma City, you can offer him the most. Okay, that's cool. That
Mhm.
works. But to win a title, you need 3-4 other guys that you're going to have to pay because they're performing as well.
Mhm.
So now the idea is, okay, well, then that guy can go, Jalen Williams can go play for the Pelicans and they'll get better. But it never works out that way. They got to figure this stuff out, dude. 71, 4 years. Now, Shohei got 70,
Excuse me.
but Shohei's is over 10. You know what I mean?
Well,
This
there's
is
no
over.
salary cap in baseball.
Yeah, this
They
is
can do
over
what the hell they
4
want.
years. 4 years, 258.
Salary caps are stupid.
Yeah, they are.
Stupid.
What is that per game? Go ahead, Mike.
71.
I'm doing the math now.
If he plays 82.
Right, 82, 71 million
Mm-hmm.
divided by 82.
Yeah.
That's $865,000 a game. Every time he steps on the floor is a direct deposit in his check on Tuesday for $865 times 4 games. Every time he steps on the floor. Like,
Incredible.
imagine every time you get out there, it's like, damn, I made $865,000 today. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid.
It's insane.
For basketball?
It's incredible. And they lump all their superstars in the same boat too, which is stupid. They have this is what you pay the Supermax.
Yeah.
Everyone gets this pretty much the same
Yeah, it's out of
Supermax. Not every player's the same.
Milwaukee just said F that. Because Dame was under a Supermax deal where he was getting like 60-something.
God.
Dame was getting 60-something. He's been bad. Even when he was healthy, he was
Mhm.
bad.
God, your guy Hartenstein makes $30 million too? Good Lord.
Boston just told Jaylen Brown, good luck. Good luck next season. Go
Mhm.
figure it out. We gave you $300 million. Go figure it out. You and Derek White.
Nuts. Good grief. All right, you can listen to this program if you don't want to watch our pretty faces. You can listen to it anytime you want. It's part of the Believe Podcast Network on Spotify, Apple, and iHeart. Believe needs to pay us, by the way.
We need to email them.
I'm going to email them today.
I don't know
We
what's
got
up
it.
with
We
that.
partnered up with. They pay I think 4
Quarterly?
times a year, quarterly. We've been with Believe how long?
January?
January. It's July.
Yeah.
That's longer than a quarter, and they have not paid us yet.
We didn't get that bread or we need to get out.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, that was an off-air conversation in front of all y'all, but they want me to keep promoting Believe. You fucking pay us. We're going to get a big-ass check all at once.
It better be big.
It better be big at this point. All right. Anyway, speaking of our partners that we talk to every day, and we hear from them, we appreciate them all. Like Executive Armoring. KD just became a Rocket. Very thin-skinned young man.
Yeah.
And he's now in Houston. And I hope he knows where the good neighborhoods are. He might ought to consider, since he's so thin-skinned, maybe armoring his vehicle while he's in Houston or getting bulletproof windows.
Because you can, you take the wrong turn in Houston, you can end up in one of the wards.
And KD has thin skin.
Yeah.
I fear for him. It is Executive Armoring. You, the cops, SWAT teams, first responders of all kinds, you go to Executive Armoring. Politicians, government type folks, it's Executive Armoring, and most of their customers are just random citizens that want that safety in your head, that satisfying
Right.
sense of safetyness, bulletproof windows, armoring cars. It's Executive Armoring. They've been recognized as one of the best in the world in today's armoring industry. Satisfied customers, can't say where, but we can say all over the world.
All over the world.
All
Can't
over the
say a
world.
specific country,
Correct.
but I've seen 6 cars at about $500,000 a piece get shipped to one country.
Yeah.
Won't say where.
Wide variety of armored cars, armored SUVs, trucks, armored luxury vehicles, proven track record. Me and Rudy have seen it. Quality products, elite customer base. It is Executive Armoring. Contact Leroy if you're looking to armor your car.
Leroy.
Based right here in our city. 210-716-4606. You can email the man, info.armoring@gmail.com, info.armoring at gmail.com.
Jose, I'll have you know, my sister's husband, who's also a diehard Celtic, just texted me to stop being disrespectful
Thank you.
to,
NBA champion.
what's his name, Kornet?
Luke Kornet, the Green Kornet.
Yeah, he said stop being disrespectful. We're going to love him.
Except that's not how you pronounce cornet, but whatever.
How you say it?
It's a Green Hornet.
It's cornet.
Oh,
It's not hornet.
yeah, so
Net.
whatever.
My guy, Green Kornet.
Celtics fans are depressed about this.
It hurts. He's a good player.
Okay.
You guys will like him.
You know what? Credit the Celtics. They have new ownership.
Got your ring, got out.
Our best guy blew his Achilles out, so we'll just tank while he's out.
Yeah.
We'll dump salary while he's out. We'll suck, maybe even get into the lottery, and have a guy who's won an MVP come back to us by the end of the year. It's actually and that's dysfunctional because of the money you have to pay everybody, and that's another reason why this can't sustain. Oh, our superstar got hurt. Shit, let's tank the whole season. Because why not?
Yeah.
It's not next man up, hold the fort. We can't afford to now because it's so hard to pay everybody. If your best guy goes down, fuck it. Let's just
save some money.
Just cut bait.
Save some money.
We'll
this
just
year.
tank for the year.
I bet they kept Pritchard.
Oh, yeah, they did. Cheap.
Got to keep the favorite white
That's
boy.
how hard it is.
It's hard, yeah.
This is how hard it is to maintain a salary in the NBA. If you lose your star, it basically forces you to have to rebuild.
Like Indiana was
and
like,
tank.
hey, Miles, we're not going to have Halliburton next year. Go get your money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
The Pacers probably ought to tank the season too.
They traded for their first-round pick back for this year to tank this season, I think.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah, they got the Spurs second-round pick. We all just kind of didn't even think about it, but Indiana's probably going to tank the season next year. Why not? Why not? Get into the lottery. Get another guy to put alongside Tyrese by the time he gets back. That's not sustainable. It can't be. We're championship contenders, and then we're going to tank. Then we're championship contenders, and then we're going to tank. It's just this topsy-turvy has been created by a poor model. And we can't be the only show in America that points this out to Adam Silver.
We're not. And it's, again, that's all. That's going to be, with this 71 and with Boston fire sale, Milwaukee looks like, it's doing the same. That's going to be the talk over the offseason, all the way up until football starts, and then no one will give a shit.
All right, can I get a little production value, Jose?
Why not?
Just a little production value. So I went to the movies over the weekend.
The real movies, or did you watch it on bootleg?
I went to the movies.
Okay.
$60 for me and the twins to eat. That's not even the tickets.
The tickets are $14 each.
Yeah. Saw a matinee on Saturday.
I got to get you a Fire Stick.
Or Sunday, rather. Oh, I got a Fire Stick. Stupid. Went and saw F1 on Saturday.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, how did my man Brad Pitt do with the making of this movie?
So,
what do you give it?
5 is Shawshank, right?
Okay,
right.
So it can't be that.
1 is, so a 1 is the worst
Big
movie.
Trouble in Little China.
Okay. 1 is Good Burger.
Yeah.
4.
That good.
Yeah, really good. Now, I like Formula One. I tried
so you go in with a positive attitude.
I tried to remove that, I try to go into everything with a positive attitude. Rudy, remember? All the negative thoughts go.
Yeah, I did that. We said that, then I trashed Kornet.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't still point out facts.
Right. Go ahead.
We can't help it if the facts are negative. Right. We just don't let it infiltrate our souls.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt plays a washed-up racer who's racing in little cheesy circuits around the country. Has an old friend from back in the day when he was racing Formula One. Brad Pitt's character, I don't want to give away too much, but he was a Formula One racer, got terribly injured and lost his seat in F1 and wound up with a lot of years of medical rehab and then just like bouncing around racing circuits around the country. Had an old friend from back in the F1 days, played by Javier Bardem, the fine actor, who plays a team principal who tracks down Brad Pitt and convinces him to go back to Formula One at a washed-up age to mentor this hotshot kid that they've got. Teach him how to win. He's got all the talent in the world, but he doesn't know how to win and close races. Did you see Top Gun Maverick?
Of course.
It's very Maverick Rooster, So, and they used a lot of the same people that did Top Gun Maverick also worked on this film too.
Smart.
They got Lewis Hamilton was an executive producer. Max Verstappen, the multiple world champion, also was a producer to make sure that what they did was realistic, the racing parts, and even the lingo and the behind the scenes stuff. And even my daughter thought it was really good, and she don't know shit about Formula One. She went with us and thought it was highly entertaining. It's Top Gun Maverick in race cars. Is it cheesy at times? Of course. Is it a little predictable? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, sure. But was it awesome? Yes. It was so good.
The way it was shot, I'm sure.
So good. The shots were great. I love Brad Pitt too. He's the Robert Redford of Gen X, or he's like Robert Redford, Paul Newman. More Robert Redford, super pretty blonde boy. Never wins an Oscar, but
I don't know if he will.
I almost wonder if I used to say that Brad Pitt was so good looking it got held against him at the Oscars.
Yeah. He didn't win one for Benjamin Button?
No, he's been nominated. I don't think he's ever won an Oscar, but he was terrific in Formula One. And if I'm going to go to the movies, it needs to be good, especially because of the prices. It was really good and totally worth it. F1 was great. Thought it was awesome. So go see F1. It was very, very good. There's Taylor Power Index. We'll give it a solid 4.
All right.
Yeah, out of 5.
That's damn good.
Yeah. Now, I also give a 4.5. Wasn't a 4.5, wasn't a 5. It was a 4.
Okay.
Solid 4. It's a movie that I would watch again at home. Very good. That's it. All right. Show also brought to you in part by Texas Chill Liquor. All right, we're going to need some new specials. July is here.
You never know, man.
Our guy working on it.
They probably won't do any specials till after the 4th.
Well, they're probably going to sell a bunch of lit kits on Friday or on Thursday.
Come out the 4th. I had a guy come in, and okay, let me set this up. I'm glad you brought Texas Chill Liquor up, which we do every day. So we got a new guy at the store I work at, number 1.
Okay.
Shout out to Eric. He filled in for me yesterday. So he doesn't know me from Adam. He's from Seattle. No, he's actually from the TAC is what they call it. He's from Tacoma, the TAC. So he doesn't know me, doesn't know in the building, don't know shit, right? So we're standing there, and a customer comes in, he buys liquor, and then he's like, dude, the Bookie's mom's tits segment.
Oh my God. Dude, see now.
So Eric looks at me, and Eric's looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, man, this dude's crazy. He's just looking at me like, who are you? And why are y'all talking about somebody's mom's, some dude named Jose, and why are you talking about Jose's mom's tits? Like, this gets brought up to me at the counter.
He brought his own
at the counter in front of a complete stranger.
Oh my
We're talking about Jose's mom's tits and trying to get a 5% discount because he's in the building.
Did he at least sing in the building?
Yeah, he said in the building.
Respect. Shout out to the listener.
Respect.
But you should have seen Eric's face. He was like, what are y'all?
Shout out to, what's his name again?
Eric.
And Bouquet's mom's Mondo sweater puppies.
Yeah, so maybe that would be the July special.
Sweater puppies?
No, to get the 5% off, you got to say Bookie's mom's boobs.
Gross.
God, she obviously has no idea any of this.
I'm kidding. It's still in the building.
Maybe one day I could tell her, like, yeah, you were a discount code one day. Your boobs.
But it's just like, yo, first of all, just for the dude to come up to the counter and be like, dude, the segment about Bookie's mom's tits was hilarious. I was laughing.
Hilarious. I would have I had another word for it, but Eric, who am I to argue with you? I'm glad you got your discount. It is 4th of July Friday.
It is.
It is time to load up. We got a 3-day weekend rolling here, and I am excited. The lit kits will probably fly off the shelf. BTS Berry Bomb is the first of many from their delicious line of the boba lit kits. These kids all like that boba tea now.
They love boba.
My
kids love boba.
Features 196 lemon vodka seltzer, boba pops, kinky grape, truly, and Delola sparkling cocktail.
That's J-Lo's Delola.
Ah.
Delola,
okay.
she's big promoter of that, Delola.
So make sure, like Eric, you don't have to mention Jose's mother's fun bags. Just say in the building. You don't need to mention that. Just say in the building. And all 7 area Texas
I'm glad I
cheerleaders.
remembered that. I was like, I can't wait to tell Jose.
And get your 5% off.
People are saying this shit to me in public now.
That's good. No, I get it.
Mike.
I get called Snips all the time, so I understand.
What
Snips?
This is the thing that I remembered the other day. So do you think, how many people in this world do you think remember life pre and post circumcision?
Oh, I don't.
You're an infant. Of course you don't.
Some of us have circumcisions when we're later in life.
Wait. I just know. At some point, I'm going to get to the point where he can't shock me anymore. I'm not there yet, though. How old were you when you got a circumcision?
So I told this story.
I can't look at you right now.
I was like 10 years old, 7
Why?
years old.
Why wait so
that?
long?
Well, obviously it wasn't my decision. I don't fucking.
Why would your mom wait that long?
I don't know.
What did they convert to Judaism and you needed a bris?
I don't know. But I remember I was in football practice, and I remember the coach gathering everyone around, and he's like, Jose's not going to be with the team this week. He's got a procedure he's got to get done.
And you didn't know?
Oh, I knew, yeah.
Why does your coach know?
Because I had to tell him.
Lie. Tell him you're going on vacation.
You told him you were getting circumcised?
I didn't tell him. My parents did, yeah.
Your parents are different folks.
Yeah, they told him, like, yeah, he's going to get circumcised. He's not going to be here for the week. And obviously, I had an infection after the circumcision, too. So
dude. So you remember the procedure?
Yeah.
They didn't put you under?
No, I mean, I was put under, but I remember life pre and post. How many people can you say that?
One now.
I know at least another one. Shout out to him.
I got circumcised at birth.
Like most normal humans do.
Yeah, so I get called.
I don't think Catholics do.
Although weren't you born in Venezuela?
Yeah.
Did that have something to do with it? Were you born in a donkey barn or what?
Who knows? They've got plenty of sharp knives over there.
Oh my God.
I feel sorry for my uncircumcised brothers. Y'all can't get no spur of the moment head because you got to wash it. Like I can get some spur of the moment head. I'll smell decent. If that thing's in that cocoon, your wife she ain't giving you no head unless you wash up. Like y'all get no spur of the moment head. Like because she knows she's
spur
like,
of the moment.
That
head.
thing's in that cocoon. I guarantee it smells like ranch. I guarantee
it smells like cheese, nacho cheese.
Y'all get no out the blue. Like you know what? Let me put this shit in the bun and go. You gotta it fucks up the mood. You gotta go wash it. I feel bad for y'all.
Well, wait a minute. So, why would a non-circumcised dude? Does it get dirty in there?
It has to. I guarantee that.
Well,
thing
he should
stinks.
shower all the time.
There's no way you can live in there, moisturized up, moving around, and that thing not smell like death. There's no way.
Man,
I wouldn't know, but I doubt that thing smells fresh.
Shout out to my guy Jim over here.
Jimbo says he didn't get circumcised till 9.
He was
shout out.
born in Austria.
Ain't that what's the name's pops?
Well, yeah, that's Orlando's pops.
Wait, why?
Jimbo, are you Austrian?
Yes, Jim, me and you.
Or are you a military kid? I need to answer. Jim, I need a follow up to that, sir. I didn't
get sized till 9. But I'll say this: from the porn I watch, those things get huge.
Yeah,
that's the plus. Like God was like I think God watches them.
Wait, guys that are not circumcised have longer penises?
I think so, dude. That thing comes out of that thing.
Wait a minute, but we're all born uncircumcised.
But I'm saying like God blesses them because they're not circumcised.
Maybe you're just watching guys who were in porn.
I think God is like, yo, man, his mom didn't circumcise him. I'm gonna give him 10. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't want
like
10.
God with me. He was like, dude, Rudy's good looking. He's charming. I'm not giving him a big dick.
He's gonna get 6.
Yeah, he ain't getting a big dick.
I wouldn't want 10 though. You never hit rock bottom. That's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
You ever see those pornos where the guy you can still? I don't want to be in a situation where I can still see some.
Oh, you want a full in?
Yeah.
Some of them can take it all.
Jesus.
And most of them cannot. Well, there's a reason you're watching porn though.
No, I'm not a lot. I'm just the ones that I've seen. I'm like, Jesus, did God bless all the non-circumcised gentlemen with 10?
Yeah. Oh, Jim's followed up. It was World War II, and he was military parents.
Oh, okay.
Parents were in the military. They were in Austria after the war.
Well, ain't Trump sending them home?
Huh?
Isn't Trump sending all them people home?
Who?
The birth rights people?
No, Jim's good. He's white.
He's good.
That's true. That's true. Right. That's facts. That is facts.
Jim is not from a shithole.
Jose
country.
got circumcised.
Jim's
at
not
10.
a foreigner. His
No.
parents were in the military.
Yeah.
His dad was in the military. Is the reason why he's in Austria.
After
He's
10.
He's American. Oh, his mom was Austrian. Oh, Pops went over there and brought back a prize. Hey, it happens a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to
Outstanding.
shout out to Jim. Me and him can bond over our late.
No, you
circumcisions.
cannot. You're not. That is a
Y'all can't
distinguished
bond
gentleman.
over.
You're
don't
not going to
bond.
walk up on Jim and say, "Hey, man,
We're not bonding.
how long? How many days were you in pain?"
Well, it was the infection that really fucks you up.
Dude, where did you have it done at? Marbach?
Venezuela.
No, in Virginia. Shout out to them. Yeah, I'm allergic to some cream, and I had the worst shower of my life.
Oh, God. Where is this show right now?
Yeah,
Can we look? You know what? Look, scroll back up and let's talk money.
Yeah, let's.
If
We
you
gotta-
have
maybe-
donated money, you're
maybe
about
we
to
need
get
to
your
show
stuff
the
right.
fight.
Shout out to Leroy Montalvo. He's in the building. $1.99. Ah, yes. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you, Leroy. Geechee, S.A., $20 in the building. Let's get this show started. You both have a burden that you both have to carry for little people. That's correct. It's tough being so talented.
Yeah.
We have to charm and entertain the masses. It's the burden that I have. It's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Menudo Culo Biter is
What
in the
happened?
building. $4.99. Punch Mike for thinking that I could fit into an extra small or a double XL shirt. Mike for thinking, okay. First of all,
What
so
happened?
he won one of the Wemby
Wemby
t-shirts, and I took what I had, and neither one of them fitted. I thought he wore small. You've dropped 40 pounds in the last 6 months. I thought you could fit into a small. I'll get you a medium. I don't know if we have any mediums.
I don't
We have
know
a
if we got
stack.
it.
We got more here. I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Isaac the Third in the building, $20. Morning, fellas. Round Rock Donuts was on Man vs. Food
That's
and
right.
Food Paradise. Also love the move the Spurs made with Kornet. God bless.
God bless you too, sir. Thank y'all for the donations.
Rudy just knows it's one more white boy on the Spurs.
I need them.
Well, they needed a white stiff backup because they got
sell
rid.
season. White
Who's
people
the
sell
guy?
season
All the
tickets.
girls love that Zach Collins, and they
Yeah.
let him go, and so they needed another white stiff off the bench.
The girls love Drew Eubanks too.
Yeah,
The
I
girls
thought-
love Jeremy Yusohan.
Didn't we get more money than that?
And it seems
No,
like that was it.
All right, what's up, Mark Sweet Hookups? Go back down the bottom. You're good. I had to get a third circumcision years back. A third? I can barely squint my eyes closed, making me look even more Asian. Hookups. He's Filipino.
Yeah, well, shout out to all my circumcised brothers out there. My late circumcised brothers, especially.
It's
That's
not a
unfortunate.
brotherhood. Y'all shouldn't celebrate
It
that.
is, yeah. You know, when
Oh.
I missed a week of football. I could have been a all-pro linebacker and then circumcision.
Relax, sir.
Who knows what could have happened?
Relax.
Gee whiz. All right, this show has been also brought to you by GC Roofing and Construction. Man, I drove through. I was convinced I was going to have to go around a tornado yesterday driving out of Houston.
Yeah,
Right around the Tomball area, maybe.
I know exactly.
Took the
where
Beltway.
you're at. Yeah,
Probably going to get fined because I went on a highway I'm not supposed to be on. I don't have an easy tag. Went through Tomball, around the Beltway. Didn't want to go through downtown. So came out on the other side outside near Katy. So Katy heading to Sealy, that whole Tomball corridor there. I took pictures. It was so bad. I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to speed my ass out of here. Because off into the horizon, the clouds were 100 feet off the ground. It was very scary. And we had big rain here. We got more big rain coming, I think, later today maybe. It's that time of the year. God forbid you wind up needing a roofer. But if you do wind up with some hail damage or wind damage, maybe your roof's old and you just want to have someone come out and give it a look-see, as Jerry might say, or prolong the life of your roof by getting it nanoed, call my boys at GC and or Lone Star Nano Services. GC Services Roofing does roofs. Lone Star does the nano that preserve the life of the roof.
and Dale, if you watch this, send Buki that cool video you shot showing you exactly what Nano does.
Yeah, cool.
That video, I posted it on my Instagram.
Yeah,
to
send
my
in the
story.
original video.
Send us that video so we can show the people, Dale. And GC is doing Mr. Singh's roof this week if they haven't already started. Yeah,
very good. If you can get some video, let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, very good. That's it. We're done. Good to be back, man. It's a 3-day work week. We're going to make it worth your time.
Anteater talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late circumcision talk.
Well, there's, it's an epidemic that's spreading across the country. I'm just here to be a spokesperson.
Tune in tomorrow. We might hear about Bookie's mother's sexy feet. God only knows what's next. Circumcised at 10. At that point, why even do it?
Medical reasons. If we can get graphic, if you'd like.
Oh, to keep like the infection, dirt getting in there?
Couldn't pull it back anymore. Wouldn't go back.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Swallowed up your head and you're pissing all over yourself?
I guess so. I couldn't pull it back anymore. That's why it had to be done.
We're going to figure out we're going to see y'all tomorrow.